What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right side of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is GrassTheKid. The Kid Grass. I'm just thinking about this. Maybe grass isn't. Maybe grass, maybe this isn't a term that is referring to actual grass. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Goldline. We do have the map competitive, mega, random. And this is a game number 3 in this best of 5 series for the Champions League qualifiers. Grass playing Oranos in the first game, losing to Golden Lions Odin there in that first game. In the second game, in the Oranos mirror, Grass takes the win. Decided to go into the third game and flip it back, so then we also get to see the matchup on the other side of the spectrum with Grass and Groom picking Odin here in game number 3. Interesting. Anyways, we do have the map competitive mega random. Goldline will be finding his elk in the front of the map here. The map looks to be a sort of Gold Rush variant-esque type thing where you have the outside of the map is going to be completely surrounded by forest, and the middle of the map is going to be your gold and your food. But this is looking like it is one of the lower hunt spawn maps here on this map variant. Yes, it is. So there's only the one spawn of hunt here for both players, which means it's a minimum spawn of hunt, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 150 is just over. Is it just over 1,000? 1,050? That's my guess. I think that's right. So it's a low amount of hunt here for sure, which is definitely going to be favoring the Oranos in this matchup. Though that being said, there are also a ton of cows normally to be found here, as we see Grass with the strangest house you're ever going to see. The house is the house in range of Grass? Wait, in range of Goldline? Yeah, he sees the house. If you're Goldline here, it might be worth it to just heroize the Oracle and start attacking this house to take it out. Just say it maybe worth it. I don't know. There's also a relic up here he could grab, which is the Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus. Bam. Absolutely huge. So we do see a temple now coming down for Grass in the middle of the map. For those of you who don't know, Eye of Horus is a +2 town center population. +2 population on all of your town centers. So in the end, it could be a +6 population advantage over your opponent, which actually it's probably one of the best relics in the game. Maybe, it's definitely an S+ tier relic, to be sure. As we do see the Ravens popping down here for Grass, we see another house coming down. Grass will be wanting to advance very, very shortly here as Goldline. He's actually struggling a little bit to get the 400 food he needs to advance here, as that citizen is just about to pop here, and he will be able to advance here with a nice 430. No problems where that's concerned. The problems that might eventuate here is the fact that, well, it's only a slight delay on Prometheus. So he should be able to just build a mana on this hunt, pop the oracles inside the mana, and then valor his oracles to defend that position very, very easy. As the villagers just going to be dumping in all of the hunt. Doing everything they possibly can here to pump out those Herser and put some pressure onto this hunt up the top. And we do see Grass has got his eye on this Eye of Horus most likely. I mean, he could be just going for the villagers. If he runs by this relic, very good. Relic 4. There's also the Girdle for Politer. That's actually really good as well for both players, to be honest. Obviously, Throw an Axeman a little bit better than the Arcus because they're useful in the classical age, but we do see Goldline retreating back with his villagers for the time being, just playing it nice and safe here to start things off, jumping onto the cows here and just saying, That's fine. I'm going to just leave this. I might pop back up onto this hunt a little bit later. No house being dropped up there. He just retreats back. I really like that decision, though, from Goldline. He's got plenty of cows in his main base. He doesn't need to defend his hunt. He can just pull back into his base, take the slight hit to the economy. So we do see the Promethean now getting taken out ever so slowly as it's trying to scout around, trying to potentially find some cows and everything else. And that will be going down. Once the Promethean offspring come out, they will be able to run away, though, both at 5.5 speed. So no more damage will be coming onto those. So we do see a cheeky Oracle getting sniped down, giving a little bit of favor over to Grass here. As Grass is going to start putting some pressure onto the front. Imagine if Grass actually went here through Heimdall, undermine this, tower get thrown up on this line here. It could be brutal. We are seeing now the sentry tower getting targeted down as the units starting to come through here. Floor Goldline a little bit behind in population for the time being, as we see forest fire coming in. That's going to break down the temple, opening the gold mine completely here. This is huge for Grassroom. I didn't notice that forest fire, or that forest was next to the temple. The gold mine is completely opened up here, as Goldline's going to be trying to get himself out of Carabalsa to push these units back. Lone Wanderer now getting researched for Grass as Goldline comes in, gets a little bit of damage done. There is still access to Shockwave, and he does utilize that Shockwave, pushing those Ulfsark in onto this position as they will have to retreat back. And will he get the Ulfsark away? No, he does not. As Grass pulls back over here, going to sit in this position, doing what he can here to survive at this point. Goldline is alive, but he is in for it here. He's just at 53 of 55 population. He has continued to train villagers, so he's completely fine here for the time being. As he throws up another manor on that top side, we will be seeing the Ulfsark swinging around the bottom. These two citizen are very, very much out in the middle of nowhere here. As Goldline, he does pull those back preemptively there, so he should be completely fine to pull them back into the town center. There are straggler trees here that he can chop for the time being. It wouldn't be a bad idea for him to just drop a manor down on that wood line over there either. As the units run straight through, they've got like Lone Wanderer, so moving at 5.28 speed, they're going to be fine to just run through the base, causing some problems there as the villagers get pushed off of these berries by 4 cheeky Murmillo. But there's a handful of units here for Grass to defend this one, and the villagers might just decide to retreat back into the main base, eat these berries, or jump onto the cows here. At this point, is not going to be a bad idea in the slightest. And now we're going to have just that little bit of a lull here as the game continues along. As this really... Got to be careful where your citizens go. Don't want to be giving anything away. It looks like you might want to come through and just eat the rest of these elk on this position. A little bit of a dangerous move there, but population is equal now. Advantage in this sort of a position now for Goldline, I think, for this matchup is actually Goldline's. That's my opinion right now. If you can get to this point where you're kind of 70 population-ish and you haven't lost anything, you basically have somewhat of an advantage in this matchup now, especially if you've got Caraballis to the boot. But we are just going to be seeing Goldline going for the raids, trying to find villagers out of position. The gold over here, it's got himself 700 gold on that in that gold mine. He's on the cows here. He's eating those berries. Does he have husbandry? No husbandry just yet for Grass. I would love to see that come through. 7 cows, 8 cows in his base. Definitely worth it. Also, you're going to be building farms at some point here. As we do see the units now starting to find a little bit of a scary angle to attack at, as all of the units here of Goldline are out of position. We are now going to start seeing dwarves getting taken down here. Grass not paying attention on this position here as 2 dwarves getting taken down. The units now pushing through for Grass, trying to take this out. We see the raiding cavalry trying to push in onto the Caraballs. There's no retreat path here for them, so the raiding cavalry just can chase them down to their deaths as the Murmillo try to take them out as fast as they possibly can. And we will be seeing the Caraballs living here as the units retreat back. The dwarves retreat back into the town center. Grass now sitting underneath the town center of Goldline. He doesn't care. There's nothing remaining here. He's going to be able to clean up the majority of these units. And is this good here for Grass or not is the big question. Goldline's town center helping out quite a bit on the back here. This Valkyrie getting tons of damage out. A Carabalsa popping out right in front of a whole bunch of Ulfsark and the raiding cavalry. Going to be able to take that down immediately. Hero Terma popping out of the town center, getting taken down. The Murmillo moving back into this base now. Grass has got a 75 to 87 population lead here. Or sorry, 75 to 68 population lead here. Still very, very close as the units come through. We'll be able to snipe down those throwing axemen here as the raiding cavalry come in to try and take out the Terma on the back. Another Caraballister coming out here for Goldline as he's desperately trying to hold on. As Grass comes through, he sees the mana. Probably not going to be that much of a big deal there. You don't really need to attack that, as now we see Grass retreating back here. He's got some wood in the bank to throw down some farms as the game continues along. Population here has gone back into favor of Goldline for the time being, and Goldline right now, he's no longer building villages. Why build Citizen as Atlantean? That's the question. What's the point in building Citizen as Atlantean? It's just no point. As the Citizen do retreat back here ever so slightly, Grass can easily take this fight. Is the Citizen getting caught out? Is he going to be able to get a Citizen kill here as it's trying to make its way out? And he does manage to surround that one Citizen. Meanwhile, over on this position over here, the Gold Lion units are chasing down Grass and Groom. Grass and Groom's distraction there, kind of worth it to snipe that one Citizen, though his raiding cavalry need to get out of here. Though they're going to move in and be able to take down two Caraballister. It's a really big trade there for Grass as he snipes those, and then he'll probably just retreat back out. Meanwhile, Gold Lion pushing in onto this position as Grass is just going to be pulling all the way back. We see the Dwarves moving up to the top corner of the map. A sneaky position here. Whether or not Gold Lion will be able to spot that or not remains to be seen here as he's continuing to push into the middle of this fight. Throw an axeman here. Raiding cavalry with the Valkyrie getting pushed back over there as these units get cleaned up, as more units returning for Grass and Groom from his main base. Meanwhile, more hoplites, or not hoplites, Murmillos coming out. Still no Citizen getting trained here for Goldline as he needs to get the extra farms down. There's another mana coming down onto this position as well. The units chasing everyone around as the raiding cavalry trying to make this work over here. As the straggler units that are getting trained out of here for Grass, he's going to be a little bit more careful about this. Though, that being said, it looks like Grass is happily building Valkyrie at this point, which are very, very scary for a valorless Oranos. There are still two Hero Murmillo over there. 3 Murmillo, 3 Hero Murmillo though. So he does have to be aware he needs to take those down as well. Meanwhile, Grass's cows are just about to expire. He's going to need to spam farms up here really, really fast. As the raiding cavalry are going to be looking for some sort of a raid to try and maybe take out the Caraballister on the back. 2 Valkyries here are a really big deal. Spots the Terma here. Tries to get onto the Terma too quick. One Longhouse going to be going down. This Longhouse up here is going back up. We'll see if he's if Grass is going to be able to realize if Goldline's going to be able to realize if he needs to attack the gold mine here. Or if Grass is going to be able to get up the production he needs to kind of survive in this position. It's a very, very risky position to be in right now for both players, in all honesty. They're both on the edge. As the cows finish up, Grass needs to spam farms down here as fast as he possibly can. Obviously, he can just jump back onto the wood over here, get watchtowers, and his main base is going to be kind of fine. These houses are all kind of put down kind of willy-nilly, just no thought process into where those houses are going, and Grass is having a difficult time dealing with this right now as the army comes back for Grass. He's got so many Valkyrie here. The Gold Line is going to have to retreat back at this point, but he does decide to take just a little bit of the fight there before retreating away. Units swinging out across the map, and look at this, the Murmillo spot the Gold Mine. Can Gold Line now get himself a gold starve or not is the big question. This gold mine as well is about to expire, so Gold Mine 2 has got himself a bit of a difficulty moving forward in this game. I would love to see Gold Line throw an armory down and get himself copper mail at this point. That would be absolutely gigantic. We see the medium raiders through for Grass. Can Gold Line maybe get himself medium infantry to boot as the units coming through here? There are still 3 Hero Murmillo on this position as he is going to be moving in, sniping those Caraballister. So the Aura Borealis is through as well to give those Shield Maiden Valkyrie a big buff here, taking down all those Caraballister, and he's just going to be retreating away. As when will Gold Line be able to move across the map? As we do see the Citizen, where did they go? Up to the top side of the map. Nice play there, staying away from everything. We'll see if Grass is going to be able to spot those at some point here. As he swings up to the top side of the map, we do see this lone Murmillo coming back up here. There's a couple of very low HP dwarves on this side here as the ox cart's going to be getting taken down. The dwarves turn around, going to be start shaking that gold line markers that immediately away. However, Grass and Groom comes in. 2 incredibly low HP Citizen on this location go down immediately there. The next Citizen going to be going down before the mana comes up. Beautiful play here from Grass and Groom. Gets 3 Citizen kills here as another Citizen might be going down here as the Valkyrie trying to snipe that one, but it will be looking like he's going to be retreating as some units coming up onto this position here. The dwarves going to have to be pulled back. We've got some raids over here. The gold line can potentially move in to take out Grass and Groom's wood economy here. Grass is starting to be under some incredibly huge pressure from the micro or the multitasking of Gold Line. He's hitting everywhere on the map as best as he possibly can. Grass going to be retreating back for the time being here as the Murmillo here going to be getting cleaned up as well. As these units now coming back, and we'll see how things are going to go. Gold Lion's at 103 of 115 population. He's run out of gold over here. He's moved over onto this position. Does he have a pickaxe? He doesn't even have a pickaxe, but pickaxe is coming through. He's now able to build some more villages. He's still only sitting at 2 military buildings. I would have loved to see Gold Lions go up to like 3 or 4 military buildings more than he has right now, so he can really start pumping units. He's now got the upgrade ability to get, or the resources to be able to get the upgrade for his Murmillo, but he's deciding not to take these fights. There's too many throwing axemen here now for Grass, and Gold Line has to retreat back. He's got himself 77 favor right now, so he can easily heroize Murmillo, or he can easily get himself Murmillo. He does decide to delete 1 mana, rebuild it on this gold mine, but he's in for a little bit of a difficult time dealing with those Valkyrie that are out here as the units coming through looking for some raids. He will be able to spot the villagers on this position as the army here retreating away. And Grass not paying attention for the time being. He does decide to turn around and start shanking down. We'll be losing a villager or 2, but also potentially going to be able to pick up a unit. Not quite, as the army does just simply retreat back. We've got a couple of units now coming over here as the citizen have been retreated back to the main base. Very low HP, one of those citizens. Maybe something that can be taken out in the near future, as we do see Grass now moves onto the gold mine in the middle of the map here. Tons of gold coming through now for Grass. He's floating 800 gold, and Gold Line finds him in the middle of nowhere here, but the army is coming through now for Grass to hold this one off. 45 villages for Grass to 15 for Gold Line as the army swings through here. The Murmillo trying to put pressure onto this position as well, as Gold Line is going to be retreating back for the time being. As the Murmillo on this position still trying to harass these villagers. And look at this. Grass is going to be able to get himself some berries. Berry bushes here. Very, very important. Delays the... The villagers are here. Gold Line. The villagers are here. Grass is not paying attention. Villagers pushed off of gold here for Gold Line. And Gold Line now clicks up to the heroic age through Thea. Bit surprised to see Thea, but obviously Thea good with the Stymphalian birds to deal with myth units. The reason I'm surprised is there's just tons of throw and axemen here, and I think that Satyr here would be a better option, especially given that they don't cost any gold, and you can just put everyone onto wood for a little bit and pump out all of those Satyr. So you do see Gold Line trying to get himself up a longhouse on this position. But those units are all going to get taken down. Military buildings going down on the front here as Gold Line is just trying to get a little bit of value here. Both players just taking out each other's units or buildings here as well. As, I mean, Grass here, if he really wants to, if he needs to, he can take these villages forward, jump onto this gold mine or jump onto this gold mine as well here. As the longhouse does get taken down. Murmillo going to be pulling back here as well. As we do see the town center starting to get taken down. The villagers going to be repairing this one back up as best as they possibly can here. As the army for Gold Line trying to get back here. This is, he's run out of gold. But the heroic age comes through for Gold Line. Doesn't matter that much. So the Throwing Axemen going to be doing everything they can. Shockwave there onto those Throwing Axemen here as the Stymphalian bird going to be coming through. Axe of Muspel is on the way, but it's not quite through just yet. So he's not going to be targeting down that Stymphalian bird until that one has been researched, and opting to try and take out the Murmillo as best as he possibly can here. As they're going to be pulling back. And the Stymphalian bird is going to be able to start ranging from far here. As it looks like Citizen are going to be making the long road up to this gold mine here. As Gold Line desperately needs to get himself some gold here. I don't hate the idea of just staying in his base and trading resources here for Gold Line rather than trying to grab a gold mine here. Why? Because he can then just send everything putting pressure onto his opponent rather than otherwise. He does snipe down the ox cart, picks off. Doesn't really pick off any villagers though. Just snipes down the ox cart there. Loses tons of military to make that happen. Gold Line's at 64 of 115 population. As we see, Grass now has his armory up, and he's going to be going to the heroic age through Skadi. Going to be throwing a temple down. Obviously, he needs that temple for the free Frost Giant. Gold Line's still searching around the map. He's got a handful of units here. He's got a couple of cows in that corner there. The farms are up. Military academy or barracks coming up over there as well. Villagers back onto this gold mine. Sneaking this gold mine very sneakily. Grass will know that there have to be units up there, though, if he sees more military coming out at this point. Or at least he has to check up there. He's got the Raven checking out the town center here as the Stymphalian bird moving across the map to try and hit the gold mine villages on that top location there. But we will be seeing this Stymphalian bird getting absolutely massacred by the axe of Muspel throwing axemen. There's a town center trying to come up over here. Meanwhile, these villagers are going to be getting pushed off that gold mine very, very shortly here. As Gold Line, he's just trying to get back up to population here. He's got a bunch of buildings. He's getting himself military barracks, getting himself those Dryads, Contarius for some reason. I don't like the Contarius. Just make yourself Arcus here. There's no point in building cavalry really against Norse, in my opinion. As the dwarves getting pulled off that gold mine. There is this gold mine on the front that he can go to, or down on the bottom here. The gold mines in general on this map are really far away from the home base. Makes it an incredibly aggressive map here. Also, gold mine's got plenty of food here. He could definitely be selling that to afford training the units out that he wants to be training. As you do see the throwing axeman coming in onto this position, we'll be able to snipe down that Murmillo here. The ox cart on the other side here, it's only got 25 HP, so picking that off would be a really big deal. Stymphalian bird, can it beat 3 throwing axemen here? It looks like it can just barely, wait, it's really close. Barely beats the 3 throwing axemen, 17 HP remaining. So Stymphalian bird going to be able to come over here and actually snipe that ox cart immediately. But meanwhile, the attack coming in onto this position, there is still frost remaining as well. Town center in the main base with 972 HP remaining here. Grass could definitely take that out very, very fast. The ox cart gets taken down. The dwarves will have to be pulling all the way back to the home base. But look at the building placement here from Gold Line. He's completely surrounded his town center, trying to keep that one from being targeted down. Gold Line here sitting at 82 population at this point. He's got nothing left in the tank here, as the Stymphalian bird is going to be getting finished up on this position. And then the units will be falling as well. The dwarves running back and forth as we see a huge frost onto all of those citizens there. 9 citizens, it seems, on that position have been frosted. There may be more than 9. There's maybe 10 citizen frosted here as the throwing axemen and the units and everything taking down the towns. And meanwhile, we also see a throwing axeman coming up to the top side of the map here. We will be seeing Gold Line going to be shanking that one down as the town center falls. The army going to be continuing to fight in on this position. Grass has 130 of 130 population with this town center up here. The dwarves long distance mining there. He's got this ox cart. He could definitely move all the villagers up here and share the ox cart with the wood line there if he so chooses. We'll see how things eventuate here for Gold Line. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do to continue in this game. He's got plenty of resources sitting at 100 population, but in that moment, he decides instead of fighting it out, he will be tapping out in this game. GrassTheKid manages to survive here. Somehow, some way, Gold Line definitely had some chances here to win this game, but he just could not convert it in the end here. And GrassTheKid manages to convert the win up 2-1 in this best of 5 series. Thank you for the $10 donation there, Vision. I'd have not seen that one before. I appreciate it, my friend. But Grass gets the win up 2-1 in this best of 5 series. So one more win for Grass away from moving on to the next into the next series. So if he wins the next one, he'll be going into round of 16. One more win. Let's see if he's going to be able to get it, or if Gold Lion can compose himself, get into game number 4, and find a win. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.